of the defense to stipulate on the fact pertaining to the powers and responsibilities of the NBI director. It is the position of the prosecution that since this is a constitutional process, mahalaga po na marinig ng ating mga iginagalang na senator judges, ganun din ng mga kababayang nanonood kung ano talaga ang responsibilidad at kapangyarihan ng isang NBI director.
Understood, counsel, but it has been stipulated already by counsel for the respondent. So kindly go straight to the matter at the soonest possible time. You're on a short leash with respect to the preliminaries on the qualifications of the witness. Kindly proceed, ma'am.
Mr. Witness, ano ang iyong mga kapangyarihan at responsibilidad kung iyong nalalaman?
Ang kasama po dito sa aking mga responsibilidad, ang unang-una na po, we are the primary investigating authority ng ating pong bansa. Kung kaya po, ito po ay aming mandato na mag-imbestiga sa anumang usapin o mga maaring krimen na pumapasok sa amin. At kasama rin po dito ang pagbabalangkas ng mga polisiya at pagbubuo po ng mga units or division kung kinakailangan at ang pagmamanage din po administratively po ng aming opisina.
Sa mga kapangyarihan at responsibilidad na iyong binanggit, ano ang araw-araw mong ginagampanan kung mayroon man at kung iyong nalalaman?
Ang araw-araw pong pagbabantay at pakikipag-ugnayan sa aming mga ahente dahil po sa araw-araw namin pag-iimbestiga ng iba't iba pong usapin na pumapasok po sa aming ahensya.
Kaugnay pa rin ng mga binanggit mong kapangyarihan at responsibilidad, ano ang pinakamabigat mo na responsibilidad bilang NBI Director kung iyong nalalaman?
Objection, Your Honor. Calls for an opinion.
Witness may answer. I think witness is competent enough to answer that question.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. Ang akin pong hindi lamang po bilang primary investigating agency, kundi ang amin pong primerong ginagawa ay ang pagbabantay para po sa ating mga taong bayan at bantayan din po ng ating konstitusyon ay may patupad at siguraduhin na hindi po nagkakaroon ng kaguluhan at ligalig para ito po ay puksain, habulin at amin pong kung kinakailangan ay kasuhan ang mga taong lumalabag po sa amin pong mandatong binabantayan.
Chair would like to remind the lead prosecutor to go into the meat of our direct examination already. I think we've heard enough of the preliminaries insofar as Director Matibag is concerned. Kindly proceed, ma'am.
Your Honor. Mr. Witness, naririto ka upang tumistigo sa impeachment trial na ito. Ano ang pagkakakilanlan ng respondent sa impeachment trial na ito kung iyong nalalaman?
Malinaw naman po na ang nasasakdal po sa impeachment trial na ito ay ang ating pong Vice Presidente na si Vice President Sara Duterte.
Bukod sa ang respondent ay ang Vice Presidente, ano pa kung mayroon man ang pagkakakilanlan ng respondent sa impeachment trial na ito?
Base po sa aking mandato bilang direktor nang ako po ay pumasok sa aming opisina, lahat po ng mga kasong nakabinbin at mga amin na naipasok sa Department of Justice ay aking pong niribisa at tiningnan upang akin po itong masubaybayan. At isa po sa mga kasong aking nakita rito, ang respondent po rito ay ang ating pong Vice Presidente kung saan po siya ay kinasuhan ng aming Cybercrime Division ng grave threat at inciting to sedition na kasalukuyan po ngayong nakabinbin sa Department of Justice.
Nabanggit mo na ang respondent ay may kasong grave threat at inciting to sedition sa DOJ. Mr. Witness, ano pa kung mayroon man ang pagkakakilanlan ng respondent sa impeachment trial na ito?
Ang ating pong Vice Presidente kasalukuyang ating pong subject sa ating continuing investigation dun po sa pagbabanta at plano na pagpatay po sa ating Pangulo, sa First Lady at sa dati pong Speaker of the House.
Mr. Witness, may binanggit ka na continuing investigation ng NBI. Ano ang iyong ginawa kung mayroon man kaugnay ng ongoing investigation ng NBI na iyong binanggit?
Tayo po ay nagtatag ng tinatawag ko ni Special Task Force po sa pamamagitan ng pag-create po ng isang administrative order kung saan bumalangkas po tayo ng mga miyembro ng aming pong opisina para sila po ang magtuloy ng investigasyon na ito at mag-monitor po ng mga kailangang gawin.
Kaugnay pa rin ng binanggit mong Special Task Force. Ano ang kahalagahan nito sa investigasyon na ginagawa ng National Bureau of Investigation?
Napakahalaga po para sa amin sapagkat from our law enforcement perspective, ang ginawa pong banta ng Vice Presidente ay tinatrato na namin hindi banta kundi isang plano para po sa pagpatay sa ating Pangulo. And that is a threat to the President which we consider also na threat po sa ating national security.
Mr. Witness, anong katunayan mayroon ka? Kaugnay ng iyong binanggit na binuong Special Task Force upang mag-imbestiga sa lahat ng banta sa buhay ng Presidente kasama na ang pagbabanta ng Vice Presidente.
Meron po akong inisyu na Administrative Order number 11 noong April 16 ng kasalukuyang taon po.
At kung ipapakita sa iyo ang kopya ng Administrative Order number 11, ito ba ay makikilala mo?
Opo.
Your Honor, may we request that AO number 11, previously marked as Exhibit P429, be flashed. We likewise request, Your Honor, that Attorney Kyle Kapunan, assisting counsel, be allowed to approach the witness for confirmation of the document.
Assisting counsel for the prosecution may approach, and likewise, assisting counsel for the respondent may approach to confirm and validate the document being shown to the witness. Likewise, the tech, through the clerk of court, is instructed to kindly flash in the screens the document being referred to by the lead prosecutor, the Honorable Luis Tro. Kindly zoom it in, please.
Mr.
Thank you.
Witness,
Your Honor, can we be
Attorney
given time
Binloan
to
is
comment?
recognized.
Your Honor, we manifest for the record, Your Honor, that the document is a photocopy.
So noted. Thus, the lead prosecutor confirmed the observation of the counsel for respondents while we are awaiting, the respondent rather,
Your Honor,
while we are awaiting for their review of the document.
Your Honor, after the confirmation of the document, the prosecution will be requesting for the transfer of marking to a certified true copy, Your Honor.
At a later time.
Yes, Your Honor.
Noted. Counsel may proceed when she's ready.
Mr. Witness, ipinapakita sa iyo ngayon, may we request the assisting counsel to please show the document to the witness?
Attorney Kapunan, kindly.
Mr. Witness, ipinapakita sa iyo ngayon ang isang dokumento na may pamagat na Administrative Order number 11. Ano ang kaugnayan nito sa binanggit mo kanina na Administrative Order number 11 na kung saan nabuo ang Special Task Force?
Ito po yung aking dokumentong binabanggit.
Sa pangalawang pahina ng Administrative Order number 11, makikita ang isang lagda sa taas ng pangalang Attorney Melvin Matibag. Kaninong lagda ito, Mr. Witness?
Sa akin po.
Your Honor, may we manifest that AO number 11 has been previously marked as Exhibit P429, and we just want to place on record the request for the transfer of marking at a later time to the certified true copy, Your Honor.
Noted.
Kaugnay pa rin ng Administrative Order number 11, Mr. Witness, ano ang komposisyon ng Special Task Force kung iyong nalalaman?
Ito po ay binubuo ng iba't ibang division na pinamumunuan po ng aming pong team leader na Deputy Director for Operations at dalawa po na assistant team leader sa pangunguna po ng Assistant Director namin for Investigation at Assistant Director for Intelligence po.
Nabanggit mo ang team leader at assistant team leader ng Special Task Force. Sino naman ang mga miyembro ng Special Task Force kung iyong nalalaman?
Your Honor, hindi po sino, kundi ito po ay mga grupo, specific units po. Isa na po rito ang National Capital Region Division namin, ang Cybercrime Division po namin, ang aming pong OCTD, Organized Crime, Transnational Crime Division, ang TID po at ang CFD.
Mr. Witness, nabanggit mo ang National Capital Region Division. Ano ang dahilan at isinama ang National Capital Region Division sa miyembro ng Special Task Force kung iyong nalalaman?
Sapagkat ang pag-iimbestiga po at ang continuing na surveillance ay tungkol sa banta sa kaligtasan po ng ating Pangulo at ang primerong opisina at tirahan po ng ating Pangulo ay nasa National Capital Region, kung kaya naman po ating pong isinama rito ang National Capital Region bilang miyembro po ng Special Task Force na ito.
Mr. Witness, binanggit mo din kanina ang Cybercrime Division. Ano naman ang dahilan kung iyong nalalaman? Bakit ginawang miyembro ng Special Task Force ang Cybercrime Division?
Ang Cybercrime Division po ay kasama dito sa task force na ito sapagkat marami po ngayon na nabanta na pumapasok po sa ating Pangulo sa pamamagitan po paggamit ng social media platform at ang CCD po, sila po yung may karanasan at kaalaman po na sapat para bantayan po ang mga bantang papasok dito sa pang-araw-araw po.
Mr. Witness, binanggit mo din ang Organized Transnational Crime Division. Ano naman ang dahilan at isinama ito sa Special Task Force kung mayroon man?
Hindi naman po lingid sa atin na ang ating Pangulo ay may mga pagkakataon na lumalabas ng ating bansa at nagbabiyahe na kung saan ay ating pa rin pong tungkulin na bantayan ang kanyang seguridad kahit siya ay nasa labas ng ating bansa. At ang ating pong Organized Transnational Crime Division, sila po yung merong ugnayan sa ating pong mga counterparts sa iba't ibang bansa upang ating pong maisiguro ang kaligtasan po ng ating pong Pangulo habang siya ay nasa labas ng ating bansa.
Mr. Witness, kasama sa iyong binanggit ang Technical Intelligence Division. Ano naman ang dahilan at kasama ito sa miyembro ng STF kung mayroon man?
Napaka-importante po ng role ng TID, ng Technical Intelligence Division, sapagkat ang mga banta po na katulad ng pumapasok po sa ating Pangulo ay nangangailangan po ng masusi at malawak na intelligence network. At ang TID po natin, sila po ang may karapatan dito at nagpuproseso ng mga ganito pong gawain.
Bilang huli, Mr. Witness, binanggit mo din ang Digital Forensic Laboratory Division. Ano naman ang dahilan at isinama ito sa miyembro ng Special Task Force?
Importante po ang kanilang role dito sa task force na ito sapagkat lahat po ng mga ebidensya na ating makakalap, lalong-lalo na nakailangan pong idaan sa forensics o pagsusuri na technical, sila po ang dibisyon na maaari pong gumawa ng pagsusuri na ito.
Maraming salamat sa iyong paglilinaw kaugnay ng komposisyon ng Special Task Force. Mr. Witness, anong mga pagkakataon kailangan ng NBI bumuo ng task force kung iyong nalalaman?
Ang pagbuo ng task force ay yung mga immediate po na pangangailangan nating tugunan. Sa po yan. Pangalawa po rito ay kung isa ng malawakan ang isang bagay na kailangan nating tugunan at imbestigahan. At ang task force din po, kaya po ganyan kalawak kung makikita ninyo, ay kung ang nasasakupan po nito ay hindi lamang iisang lugar. At yung pong mga seryosong banta, na katulad ng banta sa ating Pangulo, ganitong task force po ang pakiramdam namin na kinakailangan.
Mr. Witness, balikan ko ang Special Task Force na iyong binuo. Kanina, ibinahagi mo ang komposisyon nito. Ano ang iyong partisipasyon bilang NBI Director kung meron man sa investigasyon ng Special Task Force?
Nakasad po dyan sa administrative order na yan na ang patuloy na pakikipag-ugnayan po sa Office ng Director, patuloy na pag-uulat kung ano man po ang kanilang nakikita o namomonitor, at lalong-lalo na po kung may specific po na kailangang kaagad matugunan, dapat pong ipaalam sa opisina po ng Office ng Director.
Balikan natin ang Special Task Force na binuo sa ilalim ng AO number 11, Mr. Witness. Ano ang nagtulak sa'yo kung mayroon man upang buo?
Today, given that we had to await the manifestations to be submitted to be made part of the journal, the other manifestations that were not submitted within today will be made part of the transcript and the records. The approval of the journal is made important, especially given the manifestation of the counsel for respondent that they need a copy of the ruling of the chair yesterday in order to afford them enough time to avail of whatever remedies they may have in relation to the court's ruling yesterday. So ordered. Counsel for the respondent may proceed with this cross when he's ready. You may proceed, sir.
Good afternoon, Director Matiba.
Good afternoon.
As NBI Director, you are the Chief Executive of the Bureau.
I'm the Chief of the Bureau. Yes.
And part of your duties is to oversee the conduct of investigation, correct?
Tama po.
You're also authorized to issue subpoenas for the production of witnesses and documents, correct?
Correct. Tama po.
Very well. Now, the NBI conducted an investigation following the November 23, 2024 press con, am I right?
I'm aware under the report that there was a subpoena issue,
Okay.
but I have no personal
All right.
knowledge of the issuance.
Okay, we'll go there in a while. But this investigation was documented in the two affidavits of investigation, correct?
That's correct.
And did you read and understand these two affidavits of investigation?
I read the affidavit of investigation which was forwarded to the Department of Justice, which is dated February 11.
Okay. So, as part of that investigation, will you agree that individuals were subpoenaed?
There were individuals subpoenaed.
More or less 10
Your Honor?
subpoenas?
Your Honor, please.
Counsel for the panel of prosecutors. Rather, the lead prosecutor is recognized.
Your Honor, the witness was appointed as NBI Director only in February 2026. His testimony with respect to the first investigation will only be based on records.
Your
So
Honor-
if it will go into the detail of the investigation, I'm afraid, Your Honor, he is not competent as he has no personal knowledge about the first investigation, Your Honor.
To begin with, asked and answered, and the witness was about to answer if he knows, given that he is the superior, current superior of this agency, and I presume that he has kept himself abreast of what happened in his agency prior to his assumption in February of 2026. Witness may answer if he knows.
Please repeat the question.
So, more or less around 10 subpoenas were issued, correct? If you know.
Well, I cannot count,
All right.
but I know that their personality is subpoena.
Okay, very well. Now, these people were asked to appear before the NBI, correct?
Yes, that is the very purpose of the subpoena.
Okay. Now, these appearances were on various dates in November and December of 2024, correct? If you know.
I cannot recall
Okay.
exactly.
Now, if you know also, some appeared while some did not.
Yes, I was informed during the briefing.
All right. Now, for those who appeared, the NBI conducted interviews with them.
Yes,
All right. And minutes of these interviews were recorded, correct?
that is the standard procedure. So I suppose during that time it was recorded.
SOP. All right. So after the interviews, the interviewers were also NBI agents, executed affidavits. Is that also a part of the SOP?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. And the affidavits attested that interviews were conducted, correct?
Yes, it will be signed by the investigating officers and eventually signed by a superior officer.
Okay. Very clear so far. Now, my question to you is this. Did you actually participate in these stages of the investigation?
That is
Honor?
very impossible because I'm not yet a director at that time.
Okay, that's okay. Are you aware that a subpoena was issued to VP Sara?
Yes, I was informed.
Did you sign that subpoena?
I was not
No.
there. I
All
cannot
right.
sign
Okay.
it.
Are you aware that a subpoena was issued to Dempsey Reyes of the Philippine Daily Inquirer?
I know that there are personalities of WINA who were present during the press conference on the November 23, but I cannot recall who are the personalities because I just went through to the affidavit of investigation.
Did you sign that subpoena for Dempsey Reyes?
That's impossible because
Okay.
I'm not that there.
That's okay. Now, are you aware also that a subpoena was issued to Red Mendoza of Manila Times? We can confront you with a hard copy if you just want to refer to it, but you can answer also. At any rate, we are showing the soft copies, Your Honor,
Your Honor, may I
for
just...
the benefit of this honorable court.
Assisting counsel may approach the witness. What is the pleasure of the lead prosecutor?
Your Honor, may just enter into the record that the witness already testified that he has no personal knowledge about the first investigation, and all his testimonies will be based only on the records existing in the NBI.
At any rate, Your Honor,
If he knows, witness will answer.
Your Honor, may we request also that those flashed in the big screen be explained by the defense counsel?
I already explained, Your Honor. We're confronting the witness with hard copies, and the subpoenas, the soft copies thereof, are displayed.
May we
as-
know, Your Honor, if these documents are pre-marked?
Well, it is part, Your Honor, of Articles of Impeachment, Annex G9, pages 159 onwards. So it is part of the records of this case. These
May
are
we
not
know
our
if they are
documents.
pre-marked?
Yes, we can mark it. And it was also pre-marked.
It is
But at any
pre-marked.
rate, Your Honor, these are not our documents. These are NBI documents, Your Honor.
No, the query is just if it's pre-marked so that the senator judges can refer to it if at all when they
The
read
marking,
the TSN.
sorry, Your Honor, the marking is D-1-145, Your Honor.
Which
Your Honor-
which document, counsel? Because I see 8 documents.
In succession, Your Honor.
In
Those
succession.
Those are all parts.
Counsel may proceed.
All right. Now,
Your
are you...
Honor, may I be clarified only about the XX, which are superimposed on those documents on the screen?
Counsel for respondent will please reply.
Your Honor, it was based on the witness's own answer that he did not personally sign.
Nonetheless, it does not reflect the exact document referred to by the defense, Your Honor. And that should not be allowed, Your Honor, with all due respect.
It is just to illustrate, Your Honor, for the benefit of the senator judges, and as well as the public watching, so that they can also follow the...
Lead prosecutor, we will allow it. So for the information of senator judges, the counsel for the respondent confronted the witness with respect to these affidavits that were part of the investigation conducted prior to his assumption as NBI director. And the witness simply stated that he has no personal knowledge with respect to the execution or due execution rather of these 2 affidavits thus far out of, I presume, 10.
More,
May I comment, Your Honor?
Lead prosecutor may register her comment.
May I know what is wrong with just presenting the exact document instead of those which are marked with XX? Your Honor, I'm afraid it will give a wrong impression to the viewing public that those XX has something to do with inability, perhaps, or whatever impression it may give to the witness with respect to the to attending to the subpoena, Your Honor.
Short
May we
rejoin-
just remove those XX? We don't mind if they flash the documents, but it should be an exact reflection of what the document is.
short rejoinder, Your Honor.
No need for a rejoinder. Court is ruled, and the court notes the observation, manifestation, and objection of the lead prosecutor. Again, I think it's quite plain that these are documents that the witness cannot or does not have personal knowledge about because he was not yet the NBI director. Counsel may proceed. Witness may answer.
All right, I'll move on. Are you aware that the subpoena was issued to Red Mendoza of Manila Times?
I'm aware that there is a subpoena, but on the actual issuance of the subpoena at that time, that will be impossible to be aware of because I'm no longer I'm
So-
not yet the NBI director.
So in short, he did not sign it.
I did not
All right,
sign.
okay.
I think it was
All right,
signed
that-
by Glenn Ricarte.
All right, that's enough. Okay. Now, are you aware also that the subpoena was issued to Bons Magsambol of Rappler?
Based on the affidavit of investigation, I think it was mentioned.
And did you sign that subpoena?
It is again signed by a certain Glenn Ricarte.
Are you aware that the subpoena was issued to Ana Rosario Malindog Uy, also of Manila Times?
Again, based on the investigation report.
And did you sign that subpoena?
No?
All right. Are you aware that a subpoena was issued to Jason Rubrico of SMNI?
Again, based on the investigation report.
Did you sign that subpoena?
Your Honor, may I
Possible.
respectfully interrupt?
Lead prosecutor is recognized.
The prosecution is willing to stipulate as to the issuance of this subpoena by the National Bureau of Investigation during the time that the witness is not yet appointed as the NBI director, Your Honor.
But that's not my question, Your Honor.
I
Anyway,
think
Your
that
Honor.
unless you're willing to stipulate, counsel, to abbreviate the proceedings, that insofar as the questions of the counsel for respondent is concerned, that for the remaining four subpoenas, that the same answer of the witness for the previous 6 ones will be the same.
We are willing to stipulate on that, Your Honor.
We are not willing to stipulate, Your Honor. We'll just ask for a ruling from the court.
In that case, witness may proceed. Witness may answer. Counsel will please proceed.
All right. Are you aware that a subpoena was issued again to Jason Rubrico of SNM9?
Same answer, Your
Okay,
Honor.
same answer. And you did not sign that subpoena for Jason
I said
Rubrico?
same answer,
All right.
Your Honor.
Are you aware that a subpoena was issued to Mikhail Flores of Reuters?
Same answer, Your Honor.
Your Honor, may we ask, Your Honor, that the lawyer of the prosecution do not supply anything or make any comment near the witness because it may affect us.
Is he the assisting counsel may not supply any information to the witness other than merely observing the document being shown to him by assisting counsel for respondent. Counsel may proceed.
Mr. Presiding Officer, may I speak?
Yes, Director.
The counsel is not telling anything, but may I request not to cover me so that the people can see me.
Yes, that may be granted by the presiding
Thank
officer.
you, Your Honor.
Assisting counsel, kindly sit beside the assisting counsel stand beside the assisting counsel for the respondent. You may proceed, counsel,
All right.
for the respondent.
Are you aware that the subpoena was issued to Mikhail Flores of Reuters?
Same answer, Your
Same
Honor.
answer. You did not sign it. Okay. Are you aware that the subpoena was issued to Trixie Cruz Angeles?
Same answer.
And you did not sign it. Okay. Are you aware that the subpoena was issued to 2 OVP personnel? And did you sign these subpoenas?
Same answer.
All right. So not a single one. Now, my next question to you is this. Did you oversee any interview that was conducted in the fact-finding investigation?
Your Honor, the question is vague.
If the witness is a lawyer and is competent to
Your
answer,
Honor-
if he knows, Your Honor.
Your Honor, during the direct, it was established that there were 2 investigations. The first investigation and the current investigation of the STF.
Then,
the defense need to specify which investigation is he referring to.
The affidavit.
Counsel will please clarify.
Okay. Did you oversee an interview that was conducted in the investigation that was covered by the affidavit of investigation?
As mentioned in my testimony, I was appointed only on February 20, 2026, and it's very unlikely to be part of the investigation prior to that.
Okay. So, are you aware that there were at least 4 interviews that were conducted?
Your Honor, asked and answered.
That is a different question, Your Honor.
Nonetheless,
Witness may answer.
I'm not aware because I'm not yet there.
Okay, so are you aware? Let me be more specific. Are you aware that an interview of Dempsey Reyes of PDI was conducted?
I'm not aware of that, but as reflected in the investigation report, it was there.
So, in other words, you did not oversee that interview.
Yes, definitely.
All right. Are you aware that there was an interview of Fred Mendoza of Manila Times?
Same answer, Your Honor.
Same answer. Are you aware that there was an interview of Bons Magsambol of Rappler?
Same answer.
Same answer. So you did not oversee that interview. And are you aware that there was an interview of Jason Rubrico? Did you oversee this interview?
Again, same answer.
Same answer. Okay. Did you see them sign any minutes of the meeting?
No.
No. Did you meet any one of these interviewees?
At
Before
that
or
time?
after? Before or after?
Who among the
Among the interviewees that I mentioned? No. Did you meet any one of their lawyers?
No.
No. All right. Now, were you even present at the NBI Cybercrime Division office at the time of these interviews?
That is impossible.
All right. After the interviews, affidavits attesting to the interviews were executed, as you mentioned. Did you oversee the drafting of these affidavits by the NBI agents?
Again, very unlikely. I was not present.
All right.
Your Honor, if I may interrupt, may I just enter a
Lead
continuing...
prosecutor may make a manifestation and or a continuing objection, as I presume she will.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm entering a continuing objection to the line of questions of the defense on the ground, as is stated by the witness, he has no personal knowledge about the investigation conducted prior to his appointment in February 2026, Your Honor.
Just a
That is
short
for